Hey everyone, Mike here with Tri-City Extreme, and today I'm going to do a little bit of a different video, and that's going to be, I'm going to explain what I do to keep my gear clean. We spend a lot of money on our gear, and we might as well take a few minutes to make sure we keep it clean and looking nice, so if we go to resell it, or we want to hold on to it a long time, it looks good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do to keep mine looking clean and fresh. Alright, the first thing we're going to start with is the mask. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you remove the lens. You don't want to try and run this underwater. If you do, and it's a thermal lens, it's going to end up getting between the lens and the thermal coating, and you're just going to end up with a ruined lens. So we're going to take the lens out and put that aside. The next thing I do is take the barrel. Usually it's not on the gun, but for this it was. And we're going to put that off to the side as well. I have a Spire 3, so this is easy. Just take the tray out. All electronics are separated. So now that we have these three things separated, I'll show you what I do. Alright, so I'm lucky enough, I have a sink like this in the garage. You can use your kitchen sink. I'd be careful doing that, just because you know, wash dishes and things like that. But a garden hose works, a bathroom sink you can make work, or anything like that. Just be aware, you know, if your gear is really messy, it can make a mess. So, the first I'm going to start off with is the barrel. I make sure the hot water is not too hot. Cold really doesn't affect it too much. You want it just warm so it will wash everything out. And I'll just run it under there quickly. This is an easy way to make sure you keep all the porting clear and everything like that. You can even, you know, your hopper, usually you can just wipe it out, but since you have the ability to remove all electronics before running it underwater, just makes it quick and easy. Nice thing about this, then you want to put them in a place to dry. You don't want to do this too much with your mask, just because it can weaken the glue on your foam. But if it's really covered in paint, you can get all that paint out, especially if you are doing it right after you played. And also washing out the foam once in a while will make it so your mask doesn't smell too much. And you know, you just cover all the areas. And this is just warm water, not hot water or anything like that, so it can't do damage really. And now you just need to set it in a good place for it to dry. Alright, so now that that stuff is drying somewhere, it can take a little bit while for the mask to dry fully. You want to make sure everything is dry before packing it away, just so no mold or anything like that will form. Maybe put a little fan on it for a little bit to help it dry, but it'll dry, and then put it back together and you'll be all set. So for your gun, like you just played, let's say, all what I like to do is just take a brand new microfiber and just wipe it down. Make sure you get all the paint off of there while it's still fresh and hasn't dried on there. There's a little bit on this gun. I usually don't do the bolt right now and go through all that. I'm just cleaning it just so it's not disgusting looking and everything like that. Alright, so there, the gun's clean. Next thing is the lens. I would usually do the lens first. My gun wasn't too bad. You just want to make sure nothing is on your microfiber. You want a clean or a fresh microfiber just so you don't scratch the lens. You just want to gently wipe all the paint off and get rid of the film that's on your lens or any paint. Like I said, no running water or anything like that. You could make this a little damp and use that if you need it. I wouldn't make it soaking wet or anything. Just make sure you get, it allows you to get in cracks and everything like that. So you don't need to go too crazy or like I said, you can't use running water. Alright, the next thing is the pack. What I like to do is use a garden hose. And I'll just show you what I do. Alright, so we're outside. We just happen to be on, I threw it on the trailer. Just something clean, or relatively clean, that you can just lay it there, and I just take the hose. And you spray it off like that. And then I'll let this stay out here and drip dry for a day, and then I'll bring it in at night and let it finish drying. Alright, so there you have it. These are all personal preference, what I do to keep my gear clean. You might have your own take on it, and if you do, I'd love to hear about it down in the comments below. And like I said, make sure you don't put any electronics into water or anything like that. And lenses, keep those away from water as well. And you can go more in depth with your gun after you're finished playing. You can clean out the eyes and the bolt and everything like that. I just like to make sure you have everything a wipe down so it doesn't get too bad or too crummy, just in case you're not playing for a while or it's the end of the season like it is right now for us. But there you have it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you have any questions, make sure you put them down there as well. And please take a minute to check out our website, Tri-City Extreme. And thank you for watching.